Hi, my name is Ryan and this is Exclamation Points. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. The stores have been full of flowers and candy for weeks now. If you're like me, you've probably had a few too many of those sweets. It's certainly a retailer's holiday, but as Christians, we can also use it to refocus on our purpose in the world. We all remember the 5 W's and 1 H from school. By asking all of the basic questions, who, what, when, where, how, and why, we can gather the information we need. This can be used in journalism, investigations, research, etc. But it can also be used when it comes to love. We can ask ourselves the questions of love. So let's begin with a few words about the source of love found in Psalm 103, 8 through 12. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. He will not always accuse, nor will he harbor his anger forever. He does not treat us as our sins deserve, or repay us according to our iniquities. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his love for those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. These few verses tell us a lot about the Father of love. It sets the standard for the rest of us. So here are the questions. Who? God is the who's who of love. He is the one who knows everything about love. In fact, God is love. 1 John 4:16 says, "And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them." What? Love is complex. Love is unconditional. Love is biblical. Love has different levels. The Greeks had 4 different words for our one word. The best way to understand it is to look at 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. When? Now, of course. The time to love is now. Jesus said, "Love your neighbor as yourself," because it's one of the greatest 2 commandments. Don't hesitate to show God's love toward your neighbor or the people you encounter on a daily basis. Where? Everywhere. Wherever you go, love. Be loving. Have a loving attitude. Love God. Love others. Love life. Love should be shared at home, at work, at school, or anywhere God's people live and move and have their being. How? How can we love? It's easy to love the lovable, but what about the unlovable? How can we love the ones who do not deserve it? Well, for beginners, we can mimic and share God's love for us. As David wrote in the psalm above, "He does not treat us as our sins deserve, or repay us according to our iniquities." Paul also shares the same thought in Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. We were all unlovable at one point. Why? Why do we love as Christians? Because that is who and what we are. That is our spiritual DNA. That is our new man. That is our language. That is our currency. That is our purpose. To visibly show God's love for others by loving others, We can do this by being kind, caring, attentive, encouraging, and forgiving. When we think about how much God has graciously done for us, it's easy to love others. God is depending on us and doesn't want anyone to question whether or not His love is real.